Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to show you how we like to cook our steaks around here. So if you can imagine, as a beef family here on our farm, we raise row crops and cattle. And as you can imagine, we do like our steaks. So tonight we're going to be making some ribeyes and some New York strips. So I'm going to show you a little bit about our packaging like we talked about last time. You can see here on our label, it's got exactly what it is. It has our logo on it and then what the individual cut is, and all the USDA inspection things as well. And then when you flip it over, my favorite part is you can see exactly what you're getting. So you know that this is about the size of steak you're getting instead of having it wrapped up in paper and then not knowing what you're actually getting at the end. Besides that, we really like the vacuum packing because you can thaw it so quick and easy. I don't know about you guys, but we certainly don't normally have a planned dinner, so it ends up that we are kind of at the last second trying to figure out what to make. So really nice that we can throw it in hot water and then it only takes a little while. I've got some steaks already in there and they're about ready to go, and they've only been in here for about 5 minutes or so. Just real hot water in our sink, and then they're already ready to be prepared for dinner. So we also have a New York strip, and I'll show you that as well. You can really see on it what you're getting and what you're gonna make for dinner. So, all right, y'all, we have our beef here, our steaks, sitting in the hot water. We like to put them in a Tupperware just to keep the hot water more concentrated on our cuts, and we don't have to fill our whole sink up. But we've got, this one has been in here a little bit longer. As you can tell, you can feel it and see a little give in there. I mean, it's really starting to thaw out. These have just been in here about a minute or so, and they're already starting to really thaw to where we will be able to cook them pretty fast, which is, like I said, really helpful for us. We don't really plan dinner, so being able to have a nice steak dinner in just a few minutes is really, really a nice thing to have here around here. All right, now it's time to cook. So the first thing we do, we put 2 pads of butter in our grill pan after we've already got it preheated up. And then we'll throw the steaks in on top of that butter while it is melting, and kind of make sure it gets covered. So what we want to do here is we want to brown both sides of our steak. So we will let it sit there for just a second, and we will brown both sides, and you can see we're already getting pretty close there. And then we'll go ahead and flip them, making sure we're definitely not trying to cook the steaks in this grill pan just yet. We're just trying to brown both sides, and then we will move them to a pan and bake them in the oven. We're really getting a lot of good grill lines and color, and when we've got them to the point where they're good and browned on both sides, like I said, we'll move them to the oven pan where we've got it set up over here. That lets the juice drain out into this aluminum foil, and then it won't smoke our house out while we're putting melted butter in the oven. So while these bad boys are still sizzling, we'll go ahead and preheat our oven to 425 and get it going so that the steaks are ready to go right into the oven. We'll flip them a few more times. We like to get them dark and make sure we get that nice grill flavor. You can still hear them sizzling in that melted butter, and if that doesn't make you hungry, I don't really know what will. All right, we'll go ahead, looking good on both sides, so we'll go ahead and move. I'm gonna move my pan over here where I can get to it, and we'll put the steaks down on our oven pan here. And we'll move our hot pan off the hot so that it doesn't just sit there and burn. And then we'll put 1 more pad of butter on the tops of each of these steaks. Our hot fork is really melting that butter out. And then when the oven is preheated, we will pop them in. We let them bake, and then it's preheated and ready to go at 425. So we're going to put these steaks in. While we waited, we added the other 2 steaks that I was thawing out. We are going to put these steaks in. You can put them in from anywhere like 15 to 20 minutes depending on how you want them cooked. I know around here the boys like them a little pinker, and Mom and I like ours to be a little more done in the middle. But so we've got them cooking in there. So while we've got the steaks back in the oven cooking, I wanted to show you some of our other products. Obviously, ground beef is one of the most popular things we get asked about, and when we will have ground beef or how much they can purchase. Our ground beef, they can come in pound packages like this one I've got here. Same thing with our logo, our contact information. You can kind of see it there, ground beef, the USDA inspection, etc. And you can see in the back, let me wipe this down real fast. You can see it a little better. But you can see in the back, there's not a whole lot of fat, which is that kind of the white speckles in. We get our ground beef done in 90-10 form, so it's lean, and you don't have a whole lot of runoff with the ground beef we have. So we've got a good pound packages, but if you're like me, the less I can handle ground beef and the less I can make patties, the better. So our processor also offers patties. We get ours just to kind of stock our freezer in two patties to a package. So ours right now that we have are, you can see on the label it says 1/3 pound ground beef patties. So each patty is 1/3 pound, and we keep 2 in a package. So you can see here the kind of the paper that separates them. You can see it really well over here that we've got 2 patties in this package. Same thing, they're 90-10, really lean, and so this is probably the size burger that you will be having, so you don't have to worry about ordering a big massive burger from the grocery store and picking it up from the counter, then throwing it on your grill and ending up with only a tiny little thing. Because ours are lean, they are a little bit healthier for you, but there's also not as much shrink, and you get a little bit more beef for your buck. So with these 2 options for ground beef, really handy to throw them in hot water as well. That's kind of one of our main selling points on our beef, is that it's vacuum packed. You can throw it in hot water and not end up with the microwave kind of partially cooking it, partially not, but you can just throw it in hot water. I think our patties normally take about 2 or 3 minutes just to make sure you get them good and thawed out so you can get them separated. The ground beef takes about 2 or 3 minutes as well in its pound package. If you order a quarter, half, or whole, you get to package it however you want, but that's kind of what we keep in stock on the farm to kind of get to customers that just want a little bit at a time. We recommend hot water thawing. We feel like it just gets it a little more evenly. It doesn't really cook the beef, so then any of the special cooking you're wanting to do, smoking steaks, grilling steaks, doing a brisket or anything like that, you're not getting any effect from that in the defrost. You are just getting the beef defrosted so you can work with it. So now it is time to take our steaks out, and you can hear them still in there sizzling, but we will grab an oven mitt and so that we can take them out. Now we want to make sure that we got the steaks to our desired level of cooking, like I mentioned earlier, especially with Mom and I, making sure we don't have a whole lot of pink left. So we'll just take a little knife, cut into them, very tender, and pull them apart. And you can see that's still got a little pink in it, but that'll probably be a little more ideal for the boys. Whereas this takes a little bit more done. It looks like all of these are still a little pink, and I expected that. I only put them in for 17 minutes so that we wouldn't overdo them. So now we can take a second and put them back in the oven and let them cook a little bit longer. The next step is to tint the steak. So what we're doing here is we are putting aluminum foil folded in half on top of these steaks, and we have to let them rest. Those of you who cook beef often or are really into cooking will know that steaks don't do well if they don't get to relax first, or rest as we like to call it. So what we're gonna do is let these steaks go camping, if you will. We'll put them under the tents and let them rest, and then in about 10 or 15 minutes, they'll be ready to serve. All right, y'all, our steaks are still on their camping trip, and as we're wrapping up this edition of Welcome to Our Kitchen Wednesday, I want to say thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on the socials, and I'll put that right behind here. But our Facebook is Brock Farms Angus Cattle. There's another page for the freezer beef, Brock Farms Freezer Beef. Then we've got at Brock Farms Angus Cattle on Instagram, and our website is www.brockfarmsanguscattle.com. See ya!